Hello, hello everyone. Happy Sunday. My name is Kim Dent. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and tonight I'm going to share with you two adorable cards. But before I get started, I want to see who is joining me tonight. Hello, Kathy. Hello, hello everyone. If you're popping in, oh, thank you, Sandy. Please say hi. Hi, Karen. I hope you all are having a good weekend. It is starting to boom outside. Thunder and lightning. Hi, Jill. So I hope our internet connection works throughout the entire Facebook Live. Hello, hello. I saw Valerie go by. All right, we've got some people tuning in. So I am going to sync my laptop, and then I'm going to show you some before I get started with stamping, I'm going to show you some Stampin' goodies. Oh, I think it's starting to come down, Sandy. I can hear it outside. Let's see. Today I have been downstairs stamping the afternoon away. It's been a good day. Been a good day to be inside. Hello, Mary Teal. Oop. Oh, here we go. Can you all hear me okay? Well, there we go. Hello, hello. All right, I hope that you can hear me. Hi, Mom. Can you hear me, Mom? Hi, Lynn. Hi, Jan. Oh, here we go. Yeah, oh, thanks, Sandy. Okay. All right. Well, I always, I talk about my teams. I have about 40 women who are under me who have joined my team over the years. And yesterday was our team meeting, and one of my favorite parts of our meeting is that we swap, which sounds so weird to people outside of the stamping world, but what it means is we swap. We have a theme. This month's theme was Anything Goes. Our next swap theme is Fun in the Sun. So we stamp cards, we can come up with ideas, or sometimes we copy ideas, that's okay too, of cards that we can copy cards or come up with our own ideas. And so tonight I want to share with you, before I get started with my two cards, I just want to share with you some amazing creativity from the girls on my team. So I'm going to flip my camera around. So hold on just a moment. Get me all lined up. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Allison. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Allison. All right. So I think this month we had about 6 or 7 girls who joined our swap, and I know some of them are probably going to be watching tonight. So oh, here, let me get I forgot about my little hot light. We need all the light down here that we can get since it's dark outside already. Oh, I see. Okay. So this one was from my friend and teammate Pam Watson, and this is perfect because we have our meetings in the coffee shop at Higher Ground. So this says A Day Without Coffee. That is from a stamp set that is in the annual catalog right now. The DSP that you see, and the little coffee cups, and I don't know what this is, but this is something for probably fancy coffee making. So this, A Day Without Coffee. Now watch this. Dun, da, 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 dun, da, da, da. I don't know if she's watching tonight, but I love this card. I don't know what the name of it is, but I'm definitely going to try to figure it out or get the measurements from her. This little mechanism right here. The rest of it is basic, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. But this little piece right here, is scored, and I can take them. I tried doing it this afternoon, and I couldn't get my little piece to fold correctly by just using my magical ruler. I could not get it to work. Pam Watson, if you tune in, please, or send me a message, because I need to know the measurements or the trick to doing this. But isn't that, oh, and it says a day without coffee is like, just kidding. I have no idea. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so that's one of the cards. This pretty card. Oh, this one is from, I think, Celine. And it celebrates sunflowers. And there's that, if you were at class last month, let me take it out so there's no glare. Oh yeah, here you go, Celine. That pretty stitched greenery die that I've had for a year. I laugh now because I've had it for a year, this one. And I never used it because I thought it was going to be hard to use on my machine, even though you just lay it on the cardstock and crank it through. But isn't that lovely? And then those adorable little brass butterflies. And then the thank you from, I believe that might be from maybe the pansy set. Let's see if she put, nope. And then the color is soft seafoam, which looks really pretty with pear pizzazz. So isn't that pretty? And then the next card, this is from Kelly to Shannon. And isn't this sweet? Same stamp set. Celine used the dies, but Kelly used the stamp set. So I believe that's a Night of Navy. Isn't that pretty? Lovely, lovely. And then my friend Sandy, who's watching tonight, Sandy came up with this adorable, well, she said she got the idea. These are called Lunchbox size cards. I love this because I think if I would have seen this, Sandy, when my kids were in school, or when they were at least taking their lunches, look at how adorable. These are like little mini cards that you would put in their lunch boxes. Look at sending you a dash of kindness and a spoonful of love. So these could also be like mini little, they're just mini cards. But let's see, Sandy says they're small cards, and she got the idea from, nice job, Sandy, Daniel West. So isn't that sweet? Oh, it says decorate and place in lunchboxes, purses, luggage, or anywhere to show someone you care. I love this, and I love these. And I think if my kids would have, I was actually stamping when Kelly was in middle school, but didn't see this adorable idea. So I should make some and stick them. I don't make Rick's lunch though. I'm not going to lie. But it is a very sweet idea. Very sweet idea. Just wouldn't it be sweet, like you stuck this, I don't know, like with a girlfriend going out to lunch, and then you popped one of those in her purse when she was not looking. So I love that, Sandy. So thank you for sharing. And then here, I'm going to show this one next. My card, it wasn't exactly like this, but it was a belly band card. Remember the peach card that we did last week? This is the same pattern. I think it's called an accordion card, but I'm not positive. But this was mine, made from the Tea Time, which is in the new catalog, which starts next week. And I'm going to use the stamp set, or I'm going to actually use the dies tonight, but the paper is lovely. I stamped it in Starry Sky, and then I went over it while the ink was still a little bit wet with Wink of Stella. I don't know if you can see that, but it reminded me, I think this is Wedgwood, like a Wedgwood look, Wedgwood China. And then you can see the new embellishments there. So that was mine. And then the last one, my very creative friend and teammate, this is from Lynn Zerby. And Lynn Zerby always blows us out of the park with her swaps. And this one, she said she came up with the idea when we said the theme was anything goes. So if you can tell, there's definitely, I wish I could pull my camera back or show you, but it's like an Easter egg. And Lynn made this from the In Symmetry DSP. And she said at Christmas time, she makes these into pine cones. Oh my goodness, Lynn, these were such a huge hit. And she even brought them in an Easter basket. So they look so adorable. It's all about the presentation, right? So I will have to find out the love and time that went into it. Oh, I know it was with a 3-inch foam Easter egg. That's how it started. And then pins. What kind of pins, Lynn? These special little pins. And then there's a special way to fold the DSP to make it look like this. So these were a big hit. So wanted to share those with you before I got started stamping. Oh yeah, beads and sequin pins. Thank you, Lynn. I know, that would be fun. Especially, don't you think at Christmas time we could learn how to make like pine cones, and then we'd know how to do it for Easter. So thank you, girls, and I hope sharing them with all of you girls. You love seeing seeing my team's ideas. So this is the first card that I'm going to share with you tonight. I know I've got some bird loving friends on here. Oh, isn't it adorable? This one is made with the stamp set that is in the mini catalog called Sweet Songbirds. And there's 2 sizes of birds, and then there's lots of words, and you can see a big old branch, some flowers, some musical notes. These are eyeballs for the birds. This is a wing. Oh no, this is a belly, like for right here. Feet, a little nest, which we're going to use. I'm not sure what this, there's a tiny, I don't know, a tiny little line, I don't know, have any idea. And then this, I don't know what that is for either. Do any of you know? I have no idea. I have no idea. But welcome, congratulations. You've got something to celebrate. A little bird told me, which is what I use. So happy you're here. It's your special day. And a little note of thanks. So, and then it's got a coordinating Sweet Songbird punch. Oh, Allison. Oh yeah, Allison loves birds. She likes to feed the birds like I do. Hello, Miss Penny. And I know Penny loves birds. Do you love this pen? And these are our friend Cheryl. These are her colors. She loves this. She was very happy to see Tahitian Tide come back. Or Tahitian Tide be in the new in colors, which reminds us of the old color Tempting Turquoise. So the colors that I use, well, let me pull out the kit. You can see Tahitian Tide. The card base is 4 1/4 by 11. Basic card, you know, if you all notice, if you've been following me for a while, probably 80% of my cards, if it's a basic card, are probably more. 4 1/4 by 11. You scored at 5 1/2. And then this is Orchid Oasis. You need 2 of these, one for the outside. Oh, and can you tell it's a card that goes like this? So I just scored it differently. So 4 1/4 by 4 by 5 1/4 for this layer. You need 2 of them. And then this piece is part of the in color, new in color DSP, 3 3/4 by 5. You need a piece for the inside to stamp on. That's usually 3 3/4 by 5 or 4 by 5 1/4 for me. Basic, when you have a basic layout like that. And then the piece that goes across the front is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And then this is actually the piece that I stamped on, 1 by 5 1/4. I don't know if I did that. This might be 1 by 5. Oh, thank you, Penny. I did do it at 5 1/4. I'm wondering if that, I'll have to double check that when we go to make it. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is supposed to be 5. I'm going to have to snip a piece, a little bit off of that. Sorry, girls. I'm just going to take a little bit off like this. This is supposed to be 5. That's better. Okay, and then this is what I use to punch out the bird pieces, 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. This is Tahitian Tide. This is Starry Sky. And then a teeny little 2.5 by 2.5. This is for the nest. This is crumb cake. And then one more piece. This is Daffodil Delight. This is just a tiny little, teeny tiny little scrap. So that's all you need. All right, let me gather this up and we'll start making this card. I have a lot. My son is well, not recently, I guess for a couple years now, he has enjoyed feeding the birds as much as I have. So that's something we share. There we go. And this is so cute. I love the polka dots, and as much as I do the plaid, but I really like these little dots. And I kind of chose this because I thought it made not only a cute background, but it kind of reminded me a little bit of, you know, kind of like sky. All right, the next piece, I'm gonna show you how I stamped. So I'm gonna bring in crumb cake, and I'm gonna bring in my Pierce mat because it is a photopolymer stamp. See, I did it like this. Oh, I also used Parakeet Party on the leaves, which is fun. Okay, this one I did it. I want you to bring that all the way over to the edge of the cards, of the basic white cardstock. Done with that. Then we're going to bring in Parakeet Party. So fun. And this sweet set of leaves are so easy to stamp because I can see exactly, oh, you know what? I need something underneath. Well, we're just going to stick this underneath. Okay, because they went off of the page and I don't want to get, they went off of this piece and I don't want to get it on the Pierce mat because then that transfers. Cute, huh? And then I'm going to bring in Orchid Oasis, which so far, I'm kind of surprised at myself. That's the color I think so far. Well, Starry Sky too. Here's my, that I've been using the most. A Little Bird Told Me. I'm going to stamp that right in the middle. Sweet little font. And then what else do I need? I think that's all with that. Now I went ahead and I pre-stamped. This is done. There's that little piece of crumb cake. I've stamped the nest. I'm going to quickly fussy cut. There's another bird stamp in the, a set of birds in the new catalog. So we've got the cartoony birds, these little songbirds, and then we also have, I think they're realistic looking penny. Are they parakeets? Cheryl, are you watching? Are those little birds parakeets that are in there? I think it is. The early espresso. Sorry. Or no, wait. Yeah. Is that what oh, I'm sorry. Oh my god. Yes, here it is. Oh my goodness. Sorry, Jill. The card stock is crumb cake. The ink is early espresso. I just decided to shave some time off by having that stamped for us already. Okay, and then this gets layered onto the middle. Or maybe a little less than middle. Down a little bit down towards the bottom. And then we're gonna take the nest. Is anyone else, when you're stamping, I don't know what happens. It's like it magically disappears. It can be right in my hands, and then a minute later, even 30 seconds later, oh my goodness, makes me a little crazy. Okay, on my sample, I had my nest right on the very edge, and I decided when I was going to demonstrate it for you, I'm moving it down a little bit because the little songbird's tail was kind of starting to hang off the edge, and I don't want it like right here. So I decided to move it down just a smidge. All right, now I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to bring in the punch. And let's see, this is something fun. I decided, you know, instead of like using little bitty pieces, I came up with this idea. I've got, this is 3.5 by 3.5. Because I'm going to use, you know, the body of the bird is Orchid Oasis, but his little his little wing and his belly are Tahitian Tide. But what I decided was I was going to go ahead and cut out 2 like full birds like this, and then I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to, on the next one, like interchange. So the next one I make, you know, will be the opposite color of what I'm making tonight. So I need this piece and this piece, and I just need the wing. And I don't need those little beaks, but because we're going to punch out those in Daffodil Delight. Here's my little scrap of Daffodil Delight. And thank you, thanks Sandy, parakeets. So there's his little beak, or her little beak. Oh, and I only need one. What am I thinking? I'm already building my next bird. Oh, and then watch, you can take, I'm just going to bring in a little bit, not a little bit, I'm bringing in my Memento Black. And I love how this little bird kind of looks like he's got his eyes closed and he's concentrating. So I'm going to put his eyeballs on first, or eyelids, I guess you would say. So I know where to place the little bird beak. And I'm going to put his little beak there. And then his belly's right here. And I'm going to use my, take your pick. Isn't he sweet? And Joyce, you're watching. You're a bird-loving girl, gal. So sweet. And then one more. Oh no, I put his little wing up on a dimensional. I just noticed that. I think I saw that, Peggy. I agree. Looks like you could have made a little creative, I'm sure some creative person is going to do that. Make a little whale out of it. Oh, come on, little belly. As soon as I punched that, I was thinking, that looks like a whale. Okay, here. Let's see. It is a cute little birdie, I agree. And aren't they clever for coming up with all the ideas for the punches? Oh my goodness. Okay, the little birdie. Set this out of the way. I didn't put dimensionals down here, but towards his head, because I don't want it to be smushed. He gets a little dimensional up at the top, as well as I wanted one on his tail. And those minis are perfect for those tiny little spots. So I wanted, the reason I'm just putting one at the top, I don't want it to get smushed flat, but I also I want him to be able to slip down behind the nest. So, all right, there's that. And then on the inside, I decided to get a little fancy. So we've got a layer 4 by 5 1/4, and I see I got a little smudge on there, so I'm going to flip it over. A black whale with a white back. Very good, Peggy. I agree. That's, should work on that. I have never been, oh my goodness, like I know there's a wonderful demonstrator in Arizona, Diana Gibbs, and she said when she saw this, I don't know how well you can see it, but when she saw this, there's a reflection, she immediately saw like hair. So there are some talented stampers out there. So she was turning this like into a face, and this was like a hairdo. A hairdo. I don't think outside the box like that, but thankful for people who do. Very thankful for creative people who oops, orchid opulence. I do not think outside the box, but I did see a whale, Peggy, so you and I were thinking the same thing at the same time. Now, I also thought this would be really cute, you know, to stamp a little bird on the inside or some flowers. Valerie, my friend, always says, you know, we should stamp this and make it as pretty, and I know, as this on the inside as well as the envelope. I just seem to do that at the last minute. So I hope you girls are stamping on the inside and stamping on your envelopes. I do like to stamp on my envelopes, but tonight we just get, a little bird told me, it's your special day. Adorable. Did you, Lynn? See, I'm anxious to see how the face turned out on her when she saw the hair. Amazing. All right, girls, first card done. You can order the a little bird as well as the punch on May 3rd, unless you're a demonstrator. And then if you're a demonstrator right now, you can order it right now. So one of the little perks of being a demonstrator is that there's a pre-order period, so we get to order things way in advance. So if that's something that you are interested in, please talk to me about it. I love being able to see the catalog early as well as order from it early. So, all right, sweet little bird card. All right, the next card, I'm using Cup of Tea. This is another item that I was able to get on the pre-order, and I fell in love with the paper that coordinates with it. I love the colors, the in colors. Here we go again. Orchid Oasis. Orchid Opulence used to be an old color that I loved. This is a fun fold, and it's different, and I don't think I've ever done it before, but it was easy to do. And then the pretty paper, let's see if I can pull it in. I have used so much of it. You're gonna see, this is something I can share with you. See this bag? These bags I got, we had a discussion on one of the leader groups that I belong to. How do we store our 6x6 paper? And I've tried to be lately more organized. And so one of the things I decided to do was they talked about getting these 7x7 bags from Amazon. You get a ton of them for like, I don't know, $10. And then look, can you see all my little scraps are in here? And I'm thankful because I've used this piece on my swap, and so I didn't have a lot. I only had one pack of this. So I only had little scraps of this, and that little piece right there, which is like 1.5 by 5 1/4, it looked perfect right there. And did you notice how my nails coordinate with this? Oh, thanks, Karen. You noticed it. Thank you. Thanks, Evan. Yeah, isn't that funny? After I got done with this, I thought, oh, look at that, which I think this is fresh freesia, or in the nail world, it's called, what did I said it last week, something purple Valentine. But when I made this today, I thought, oh, that looks like fresh freesia. So on this card, there's a little bit of stamping. I'm going to pull out the kit. Oh, I started talking about this. So this is going to help me stay organized. So the paper, I showed it last week, but this is all from the coordinating DSP for the cup of tea. Lots of cute papers. So hopefully this will help me. And I can put all my little scraps in, and you never know. It's always nice. That was one of the things we did yesterday at the team meeting. It was like we decided, instead of making like make and takes, that we were going to bring, well, we did make and takes, but we all brought our scraps of DSP. And we made cards out of each other's, we shared. So that was a fun event. But yeah, so if you if you want me to share with you, I can share it with you. Just let me know how, they're from Amazon, 7x7 bags, very inexpensive. So the cup of tea has a coordinating set of dies, which I love. There you can see them all. This is the one that we're going to use, the sweet little teacup. There's also this one. And then look at this. There, I used that little tea bag. And then on this one, there's also, where are they? Look, I love hearts. And there's a couple of hearts along with this set of 3. And some leaves, some flowers, a bigger tea bag. This is for the lemon. So the cup of tea, it's 20 stamps, and it's got a bunch of different little words. If you're a tea drinker or not, you know, this is just a sweet, sweet little stamp set. So the kit is, it's 5.5 by 8.5. And thank you, Evan. And then you're going to score it at 4 1/4 and 1.5, which I already did for you. So we're not going to do that tonight. So I'm going to take or I'm not going to do it on camera, I guess you would say. Orchid Oasis. You're going to take your bone folder. If you don't have one of these, you should get one. Puts nice creases into my cards. And then, here we go. So 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And I think I'm going to go ahead and just assemble as I go. 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. There's that cute little polka dot centered on, I think we're going to call this the middle panel. And then here's that sweet scrap that I had left over with the fresh freesia teapots. That's 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. Did the Cardinals win, girls? Can anybody tell me? I hope they did. Oh, you know what? I want to tell you something. I decided to put this onto the white layer. Instead of cutting a skinnier piece, I just did this basic white 4 by 5 1/4, and then this scrap, or this little piece, goes right to the edge of it. And then, let's see. Oh, I know, I thought on my sample I stamped thank you, but I think I'm going to stamp take care of yourself. Oh, they didn't win. Oh, boo. I don't think they won yesterday either, did they? Sticky little boogers. Let's see. What was the score? They won. Oh gosh, thank you, Lynn. Thank you. I am a Cardinal fan, just not as avid as the rest of my family. I see. Oh my goodness. It's going to make me crazy. Do you see what I saw? Oh, my old eyeballs. I'm just going to trim up that little. There was a little white smidge hanging over the edge. That would make me crazy. So got rid of that. All right. I'm going to bring in this one. I use Starry Sky, I believe. It's another fun new in color. 1 to 4, 4 to 1, 5 to 1. Thank you. Take care of yourself. I have a friend right now who I know needs this, so this card will go to her. It's a deep, nice, deep, rich blue, but not as dark as Night of Navy. Okay, then this is going to go right centered. Okay, then this panel with the greenery, here's the flip side, petal pink. I am like out, you know, I made that Pretty Peony card. I am like out of Pretty Peony. I need to order some, or not Pretty Peony, Petal Pink. I made a lot of those, say that 3 times fast. With the Prize Peony, I use Petal Pink cardstock, and now I'm out of Petal Pink cardstock and need to order more. But a lot of on the DSP for the tea set, it is a lot of Petal Pink. So I need to get some more of that so I can use up all of the DSP. I'm chopping it, I'm loving it and chopping it. I'm trying hard not to hoard it. Okay, and here's 2.5 by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the inside. See how that goes? And it all kind of, I hope that you kind of feel like it flows with the greenery on both of these sides. And then this in the center is part of the focal point. Now here's where I had a hard time picking the color. I used my my layering circles. I could not figure out what to use with this. I was going with like a darker starry sky. And then I decided, because there was so much of the Parakeet Party, I decided not only to use Parakeet Party, but to use the a piece of the in color. So this, this piece is, to cut it out, if you have the layering circles, 3.5 by 3.5. And then the piece that for your circle that goes on top, this is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then the left panel, this one, Jill, let me measure with my magical ruler. 2.5 by 5 1/4. 2.5 by 5 1/4. And then the piece that I used to cut out the sweet little teacup, that piece is 3 by 3, and this is part of the new in colors. So 3.5 by 3.5 for the Parakeet Party. For the white, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then 3 by 3 for this piece that I've already cut out for y'all. I am going to do a little bit of stamping, so I'm going to bring back my Pierce mat. And, oh my goodness, here, I'm going to stick this underneath. I don't have any scrap paper around me. So for this, that was the other thing. Originally I had just the teacup on top of white, and then I decided it was too plain. So then I decided to jazz it up a little bit with this sweet little flower that comes in the set, and it's coordinating little leaf. So I'm going to bring in Orchid Oasis. And there you can see it in the background. And let's see, how did I do this? I think I went from the outside. You always want to like stamp off and get your edges. And part of this will be, thank goodness, covered up. Take your time, Kim. But it's not symmetrical, the right word? It's not symmetrical. It's all kind of scattered willy-nilly. And then Parakeet Party. There's a sweet little leaf. And this, I've kind of got an open space right there. So let's see. And I'm making my little leaves go in all different directions. This is what we used to do, girls. If you've been stamping a long time, or not, if you haven't been stamping a long time, when we didn't have like DSP or embossing folders, this is how we made like our DSP. We had to, had to be homemade back in the day when, you walked a mile to school and back. I'm just kidding. I did have to walk my kids to school for a while, the Pentonville School District, if you lived within like a half mile. And if those of you who've known me for a long time know that I used to have a home daycare. And so at one time, like, I'd have a dozen children, and we didn't have a car. We only had one, we only had one car. And so I'd walk, I was like Mother Duck and her ducklings. I walked those kids back and forth. I had this one little girl, she had retainers, and it never failed. We would get, we would get to school and she would say, Miss Kim, I forgot my retainers at your house. Well, so then I'd drop them off at school, and then I'd have kids, like two kids with strollers or a little toddler. So off we would go back to Diane Marie, and then I'd get the little girl, Tara was her name, Tara's retainer, and then I'd have to walk back, and then I'd pick them up in the afternoon. But yeah, me and my little kids we were well known for. It was like a parade every single morning. Okay, no dimensionals on the back of this. We're just going to put an extra bit of adhesive. Let's see, I'm going to do this. Make sure this kind of funny one gets covered up. And then I did put dimensionals on this one. Oh, but before I forget, I'm going to bring in my Baker's Twine, the white, which is what I use the most. And I'm going to yeah, it was the Kim Dent Parade. I'm going to snip off about, I don't know, 2 inches. It sounds wasteful, but I'll show you why. I want to make sure that it catches on the back side. This is for my little tea bag. That's a little too long, so I'm going to snip off a little bit. Oh, thanks. Yeah, storms are definitely rolling around out there. Okay, now I'm going to put a little adhesive on the front. Of course, I've got it on the back because I want it to lay down. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to tell you girls. Okay, now I'm going to bring in dimensionals. Put one over that, so just in case it pulls up. What the heck? One right there. Thanks, Shirley. All right, this gets right here, and it's going to cover up that little funny flower. And then I know what I forgot to tell you. So I had a little scrap. Can you see it? Oh my goodness, my inky fingers. I had a little scrap of the DSP from the tea bag, or from the tea, what's the name of it? Tea Time DSP. Look at that, where I cut out the tea bag, and then that's a piece, that little heart I cut out already and glued it on because I was afraid I was going to lose it. The Orchid Oasis. Yeah, Orchid Oasis. I'm going to bring in a mini dimensional. I think so too, Sandy. I really, really like the new in colors. I was surprised that, you know, we had the couple of blue shades, but I'm happy. I like them. And I've used them a lot, which is so fun. Look at this. Do you love it? So there you go. Take care of yourself. And tell me which one you like the best. Thank you, Shirley, for saying you like both of them. I hope you all love the new in colors as much as I do. This one is, I think, the brightest of all of them, but I love greens, and I love to have a variety, you know, like of any shade. So this one is going to be a good addition, Parakeet Party, to our Stampin' color families. The bird. Oh, thanks. Oh, Valerie, thank you. Oh, hi, Julie. Did you get your catalog, Julie? I sent it with Chuck. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and you like tea. Good. So you have to get it, Chris. Okay, I'm going to flip this around. All right, ladies. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope that you all have a wonderful week. If you don't have a catalog, if you're a customer of mine, or you're not, if you're brand new to my channel, please contact me. And I usually go to the post office to pop catalogs in the mail at least twice a week. So I'd be happy to do that for you. Have a wonderful evening. God's blessings. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.